D-Rock100 and welcome back to more of Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen. Last time, we resumed our infiltration of the Silph. We managed to thwart Giovanni and Team Rocket's plans once again, acquiring ourselves the Master Ball. Now that they are gone, we have some locations that are now opened up to us here in Saffron. Now, we're gonna explore a little bit more. Perhaps the last word on cool end of story. That is a guy who I want to be like. I think trainers are so cool when they're battling. Do you think so too? I guess. What if I could become a cool trainer one day? All of us gathered here are fans of Pokemon trainers. The way they look in battle, they are the pictures of coolness. Perhaps you will be talked about here too, if you keep winning. There's not a whole lot of what we can do in the fan club as of right now, but we'll be talking more about this a little bit later. Perhaps maybe once we accomplish something pretty big, we'll say something. Alright. Let's see. I do want to come, I think it's over here. Thank you for writing. I hope to see you soon. Hey, don't look at my letter. The copycat is cute. I'm getting her a Pokédoll. I was given a PP up as a gift. It's used to increase the PP of a Pokemon's move. I should use it on a powerful move with only a few PP. That is actually a pretty good strategy. Speaking of which, I've been kind of thinking about this for a little bit. I am going to give that to Giga Drain. It'll make a lot more sense later on down the road. Well, sort of. I'll come in here, though. Retona likes to mimic people. It's rather vexing. Her mimicry has earned her the nickname Copycat around here. Retona's so self-centered. She has but a few friends. Something tells me that she might hit it be a reference to Duplica, right from the anime or something. I don't know. Hi, do you like Pokemon? No, I just asked you. Huh? You're strange. Quit mimicking, but that's my favorite hobby. You don't say. Wait. Hold on a second. You guys to get that strange vibe around in here or something? Something that'll make this go as fast as a bullet? I don't know, maybe it's just me. So, I now would like to come in here. For this place has something special to us, and I need to grab my other partner out. The Fighting Dojo! I feel like that's a location that I feel like it's constantly being overlooked. Not to say here that it's useless or terrible. In fact, I actually consider that to be one of the more important locations, especially with something we'll be seeing a little bit later on. Goodbye, Lapras. You will be missed. But it's okay. Now that we got Parasect back out, or Peach in this case, I think it's about time that me and my buddies head for the dojo. I'm gonna say this real quickly. Wilma, you're kind of useless in this location. So instead, Peach needs to get back into the action. Hooah! You're trespassing in a Fighting Dojo. Correction. You guys left the front door open. This place is full of black belts. More specifically, those of the fighting type users. Okay. Kind of an odd choice, but okay. Now this one I'm kind of curious about because you're a faster one. Because guess what? I resist that! Peach, you're back in the game! And these guys have Pokemon of interest for us. Like this one, for example. Oh boy! With your speed cut in half? Give me that experience! Oof! I give up. So unfortunately, we're at the point when double battles are not quite relevant as of right now, technically. But it's okay. We can get into this with almost no real big issues. Again, what? A pointless critical hit, but I'll take it. Alright. Oh boy! A paralysis would be nice. Nope. I'm just going to quickly get out of dodge real quick. I bought some Max Repels. And I should probably start stocking up on some better items. I thought you would actually get paralyzed or something like that. Oh well. I don't think it's gonna hurt or anything. Oh, who am I kidding? It is hurting. 1,000. Yeah. Peach is gonna learn Slash! Yes! I kind of thought about this. Leech Life is going to be pretty important for what's coming. Maybe weak, but I'm going to get rid of Poison Powder. I'm kind of finding myself being a little bit more drawn into the use of Spore, personally. Mostly because I feel like it's going to be important for what's going to be coming up. Alright. Actually, how much PP do I have left with? Okay, not much. I should be able to take care of these guys, no problem. Hiya! I have no fear of anything tough. I shout at boys for training every day. As long as you don't shatter your pinky in the process, you'll be just fine. And we got a Primate. And you're at level 36, oh god! Please get a paralysis on this. Please! No! Okay, I'm gonna do this. Actually, no. I'm going to do this instead. So I had a hunch about what they're gonna do. Okay, never mind. I actually thought you were gonna use another seismic toss to pretty much finish me off. So, shut up me. Yow! Stoked fingers. I even called that. Take your shoes off. What is this, Japan? Actually, it is kind of Japan. Alright. I have a hunch of what moving that you have. So I'm gonna do this. Be on the safe side. Okay. Okay, again, not what I was expecting. I kind of feel a little underwhelmed with this. Am I just missing something? I guess I never really looked more into this. Oh, good. You're about to go for a critical hit the following turn, but guess what? Too bad. Alright. Now, Primate's up next. I know for a fact of what you're gonna do next. No, I do not, apparently. Would you be so kind as to give yourself a paralysis or something? Please? Oh, I actually did quite a bit. Let's go for a slash! Whoa! Finally got a chance to use that critical hit. Yeah! I give up! We give up! We surrender! Before we do anything else, I'm gonna go heal. Especially since that this guy that's coming up, he's no pushover. Literally, because he's a karate master. What I think I'm also gonna do is deposit one of my Pokemon as well so I can collect up on what he has in store. Alright, let's see. Jade, why don't you take a quick breather in here real quick? Don't worry, you'll thank me later. Actually, you will kind of thank me about it later. Oh, right! I think I still got the Super Rod equipped. I don't have the Bicycle equipped. But that's okay, we don't need it. So now, coming back into the dojo, we have this guy. Grunt! I am the karate master. I am the leader here. You wish to challenge us? Expect no mercy. Fwah! We have a bit of a mini-boss here! Blackbelt Kyochi has 2 Pokemon. He has a Hitmonlee. Uh-oh. Oh God! Joke's on you! I resist that! Peach is at level 36. I'll gladly take that. And his last Pokemon is Hitmonchan. Let's try. Guess there is a little bit of some technicality in this. And I will take it. Oh, come on! That's our first kids that have seen a Pokemon freeze. Oh, God! Can I thaw out? Uh-oh. I thought I was able to at least get through this with no problems, but apparently I can't. You know what? Fine. Let's give it to him, bubbly. Go for a quick attack, a priority, right in the boob. Or peck, I guess. Beaten! 1776. Oh god, that year. Indeed, I have lost. But I beseech you, do not take your emblem as your trophy. In return, I will give you a prized fighting Pokemon. Choose whichever one you like. So, we have 2 options here. Wait. Are you watching my movement? Oh my god, you are watching me! I didn't notice that at first. Alright, so. Right here. We have 2 new Pokemon that are now available to collect, but we can only take 1. I'd like to go over these. Starting off is Hitmonlee. All I can really say about this is probably the best fighting type Pokemon that you're going to be fighting in a very long time if you chose not to go for a Machamp. Why? It has some of the best offensive stats and some of the best special defense that you'll see out of many fighting type Pokemons in the game. Plus, with Limber, prevent paralysis, can't say no to that. Okay, maybe you can a little bit to it, but unfortunately, with some of these Hitmonlee fighters that you'll be seeing in this game, you're not going to be seeing them at their fullest potential, not until the next generation when the physical special split happens. But they won't come knowing some moves and that they would specialize in rather well. And if I remember correctly, Hitmonlee does not know Blaze Kick in this game. But what it lacks the ability to have Blaze Kick, it makes it up with having such great moves such as Mind Reader, High Jump Kick, and it is a prime choice in it to have Mega Kick on. If you couldn't tell how about it looked on his foot and how this thing is based off of Bruce Lee, yeah, I think you might be seeing where you're going with this. Just don't give this thing any special type moves. You'll thank me later. Next up is Hitmonchan. This one is actually more of a defensive approach on this one. What makes this one so unique is that not only will it take him the same amount of special hits as Hitmonlee does, but it can actually tank more physical hits that are better than Hitmonlee does. The next level, it'll come with the elemental punches, which is probably one of the best things that it has, but unfortunately, it's also one of the worst. Remember, the physical special split has not happened yet. Plus, it does not gain a really nice ability called Iron Fist, which powers up punching moves. So the only real good moves that you'll be seeing out of this is Sky Uppercut, which you won't be getting to a little bit later, and Mega Punch. And that's pretty much it. But that's not to say that the elemental punches are useless in this game. In fact, I would probably recommend either Thunder Punch or Ice Punch, depending on what you're going to go with. Your options are, do you want to try to go for a paralyze your opponent to have a better chance of going next? Or do you want to have a better chance of freezing your opponents and having the upper hand for a couple of turns? Plus, with the use of Keen Eye, can't lose any accuracy, which is a very big plus because you'll be seeing a lot of Pokemon that will be dealing with lowering your accuracy. Once again, it's at its weakest at the moment, but in the following generation onward, it just gets even better. All around, not bad. It's just one generation away, which I guess maybe a few years later. It's sort of when you'll see it at its purest. Alright! After much consideration, I thought about this. Hitmonchan, you're with me. Better not get greedy. So unfortunately, you were not able to collect a Hitmonlee. The only way how you'll truly be able to get it is if you trade with someone else. I'm not quite sure how they're going to work it up with the use of the... what am I thinking of? The, what is it called again? I'm actually kind of... I just need to remember. Was it Holmes? Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, Holmes. That's what I was thinking of. I'm not quite sure how Pokemon Holmes is going to be working with FireRed and LeafGreen. I haven't tested anything yet. Solely because I'm kind of having a little bit of some fun with FireRed at the moment. But we're not going to worry about that quite a while. So we'll do that. You know what? Let's take a look at this in Hitmonchan real quick. Oh yeah, it has a Common Punch and Mach Punch as well, which is basically a fighting version of Quick Attack. Next level, it'll get the Elemental Punches. Huh. curious. Very curious. Alright, so. Now, we finally got that taken care of and out of the way. The time has come for us to head to our next gym. Out here, we have pretty much fights that are almost not required. I actually know this through memory. See? Already here. When you're ready, talk to her. I had a vision of your arrival. I have had psychic power since I was a child. It started when a spoon I carelessly tossed. Then, I dislike battling, but if you wish, I will show you my powers. We have arguably one of the most powerful gym bosses in the game. Even at this point in our time, it hasn't withstand that very reputation. Her first Pokemon, Kadabra, level 38, pure Psychic type, synchronized for the ability. Psybeam, Reflect, Future Sight, Calm Mind. No need to beat around the bush on this one. We have a bit of a tough fight to deal with, and not exactly in the best possible ways. Alright. Next up is going to be Venomoth, level 38, Bug Poison type, Shield Dust for the ability. Psybeam, Gust, Leech Life, and Supersonic. Uh-oh. Well, that's not so bad. Alright, we'll go for a Surf. Uh-oh. We'll be fine. Because what's cool about this is that Venomoth does not get same type attack bonus for Psybeam. Plus, a simple switch in and out to a Bubble Leaf will get rid of the confusion, no problem. Alright. Next up, it's gonna be an interesting one. Let's do... Yeah, we'll go back to Peach on this one. Next up, it's going to be Mr. Mime, level 37, Psychic type, Soundproof for the ability. Barrier, Psybeam, Baton Pass, Calm Mind. Okay, I was afraid of this. What I'm going to do for this one, I am going to unleash a Spore, and I'm going to hope to my merciful God that she stays asleep for a good portion of this fight. Oh, come on! That's why. Barrier raises the defense immensely. Remember what I talked about from before with Mr. Mime and with Light Screen, Reflect, and Barrier? Well, this is it. This is what I was talking about. And with that Baton Pass, it'll pass that buffing on to its next coming partner. Stay asleep for this one last turn. Yes! Thank God! Alright, now, her last Pokemon, Alakazam, level 43, Psychic type, synchronized for its ability. Psychic, Recover, Future Sight, Calm Mind. I feared this was gonna happen. There is one thing I want to point out. Alakazam has some of the worst defenses in the game. And I think it with Alakazam, who would Calm Mind, is that? Yeah, just raise the special attack and special defense. Alright, we'll go for a Metal Claw. What? Sabrina! What are you doing? You could have used Psychic on me! Oh, now you might. Wait, what? Can I at least burn you? Please? Nope. Also, now you use the future sight on me. Great. Uh-oh. Ha-ha! Yes! Ah, come on! Uh-oh. Ah, that's gonna hurt. That hurt. That hurt a lot. But, guess what? Priority to the mustache! Yeah! But we almost gotta level up from that. This loss shocks me, but a loss is a loss. I admit I didn't work hard enough to win. Your victory has earned you the Marsh Badge. The Marsh Badge makes Pokemon up to level 70 obey you. Stronger Pokemon will become wild, ignoring your orders in battle. Just don't raise your Pokemon too much to avoid that problem. Wait, please take the TM with you. TM04! This contains Calm Mind! Psychic powers isn't something that only a few people have. Everyone has psychic power. People just don't realize it. And unfortunately, we have to get out the hard way, unlike how they did it in a future installation. Alright. Now that we've finally gotten ourselves the next badge, we actually have a little bit more time than I anticipated. I think the time has come to do a little bit of a detour. I have a good reason for why I want to do this little detour. Because we now have something that's going to be completely... well, we were here last episode. But now I think the time has come for us to actually explore this location. I'm sure you remember this location. Because if you don't, then you have short-term memory loss. Because we were here last episode. Welcome everyone to the power plant. We're not gonna do everything here yet. But if you're looking for any place to do some leveling up, here's a good place to do it. We're gonna explore this location, and in doing so, we have 3 new Pokemon for us to talk about. I guess... yeah, that's it. We have 3 new Pokemon for us to talk about. First up is Magnemite, and its evolution of Magneton, our first Steel types. And actually our only real Steel types that we're going to be seeing in the game. For now, that is. If there's one thing that I can say about this, we're sadly at the point when we're not going to be seeing that at their truest potential, at least not yet. The reason why I say it like that isn't because we're not going to be seeing them at their fullest potential until the next generation when Sturdy, actually 2 more generations when Sturdy becomes more useful. What makes this thing a whole lot better though is that it's one of the best defensive Pokemon in the game. Not to mention that it has some of the best resistances in the game. A whopping 10 resistances. It is that good. Unfortunately, like I said, both of its abilities are downright useless. Magnet Punch prevents Steel-type Pokemon from fleeing, and started against one-hit KO moves. So while it has some of the best type coverages in the game, it falls flat to not being able to withstand the test of time with some of the better abilities. I want to also quickly point out that Magnet Rise does not exist in this game. And if it did, it would have some of the... It would not only have the perfect resistance to ground, but it'll also make it useful for stalling for time in the process. And like with any good evolutions onward, Magnet Zone does not exist in this game. I think you might be seeing where I'm going with this one. Sorry that I'm being very negative with some of these Pokemon, but we're sadly at that point in time for when they haven't gotten their buff yet. But give it time. These guys will become more powerful over time. Next up is Electabuzz. Now here is a Pokemon that actually can withstand the test of time relatively nicely. What makes this Pokemon so interesting is that it has some pretty nice type coverages, and like with most electric types, it has some good use into those electric type moves and to boot. Sadly though, I feel like this is one of those games where it once again gets a little bit outclassed. That's not to say that it's bad, it's just kind of outclassed by a couple of other electric type Pokemons in the game. And once again, it hasn't reached its true potential, especially when the physical special split hasn't happened. But those moves that it can learn through breeding is absolutely amazing. If you are looking for any good way to breeding an Electabuzz with some good Pokemon, it will come with the Elemental Punches. It will come with a Cross Chop. It's that good. One big thing to really watch out for is that it can't take a lot of good hits for beans, mainly because that, well, it's a little bit on the fragile side, especially since that you'll be dealing with a handful of other ground-type Pokemon later on, which it's completely useless against in a way. But experiment. You actually might make some good use out of this if you know how to use it. All in all, Electabuzz is okay. And once again, it cannot evolve in this game because Electivire does not exist. And the Held on the Electrolyzer, once again, doesn't exist. I think you're seeing why I'm kind of being a little bit down with some of these Pokemon. They're great, they're just not quite there yet. We've been dealing with a handful of pretty good Pokemon along the way. And some of these fake items in here are electrodes. And if you've noticed, I actually caught one. There's really no reason for me to not catch them. I'm just doing it just for the fun of it. Repels effect wore off. And now, we have this. Next time on her Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen, we take on our very first legendary Pokemon. See you guys then.